What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about a recent trade that I did. Some people like these trade videos, but I thought this would be an interesting one because I traded my 940 for some stuff that I was very interested in. I know a lot of people would not have made this trade, but I've owned probably 20 940s before. I still have a 941. I've had multiple variants of it. I've probably had 7 or 8 of the exact 940 that I have with the green scales. It's a very, very popular knife. In fact, it's one of the most requested knives I get when talking about trades. When people contact me and they're like, hey, I want to trade, it always starts the same way. What do you have? What do you want? If we can find a common ground there, then yeah, we'll work out a trade. And most times it does work out. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's like, hey, I have this, this, and this. And then I'll say, no, I've had those knives, but thanks anyway. Or maybe they have something I really want, but I don't have something that I can offer. It's equal value or whatever. But my interests are always changing and evolving, and of course there's a ton of awesome knives out there that I don't have interest in just because I've had them before. So anyway, getting right into it, I had a 940, was contacted by a viewer named Brandon, and he had some stuff that I wanted, and we worked out a trade. So first I'm going to show you a couple of the bonus things he threw in as like extras, which were really cool. The first one came in a box just because it's so small. I have a lot of miniature knives, but I don't have one quite like this. This is definitely a vintage knife. I have no idea the age of it, but all the ones that I have are like little Rough Rider models and stuff. This one's super cool, just because it is a little bit older. You can see from those, I'm not sure 100% on those handle scales. There is brass liners and very thin scales, but that looks like tortoise shell to me. I don't know, again, because it's older, it's possible that it's real tortoise shell. That would be awesome. Obviously, it's a band material. So when you see tortoise shell scales, it is most of the time a faux tortoise shell. It's just some, celluloid or some kind of plastic. But anyway, I thought that was really neat. So a very cool bonus, really appreciate that. Also, he sent me an OTF, a manual OTF, which was interesting, and it took me probably 5 minutes to figure out how to open. So here it is, you can see, very interesting design. The design has actually been done before by other companies. Let me show you the markings on here real quick. Zoom in. Get that to hit the light just right. It says the Christie Company, Fremont, Ohio. All right, made in the USA. All right, so we'll back out a little bit. Now when you flip it over, you can see there is a button. Now some people might assume if you push the button it'll shoot out automatically. Not the case. This is, like I said, a manual OTF. But I kept pushing the button and I was trying to manipulate it a little bit and looking at it and stuff, and eventually I realized what to do, which is to slide the button over. So you push it over, it releases. Hard to show you that without having my thumb in the way, but there, maybe you can see that. See how it slides over a little bit? Once it slides over, then it's free to move. And there's actually a couple different spots where it kind of stops. Almost like a utility knife where you have a certain amount of edge that's exposed. All right, so there's a couple stop points, but obviously it opens up all the way. You can actually probably see in the frame, there's 1, 2, I think there's a third one up there too. So you can have that knife, kind of locked in place at certain spots, which is pretty cool. So really, really nice. This is going into my unique knife collection, so very much appreciated. Love stuff like this. I like stuff like this just as much as the latest $200 or $300 ZT model that everyone wants, or the new Spyderco or new Benchmade. These are cool. These things fascinate me, So anyway, put that off to the side. He also sent me a Boker ceramic knife. This is old school. I remember when this thing first came out. I don't know the exact year, but it's got to be at least 25 years old by now. So this has a ceramic blade. Very, very cool little lock back. All right, see Germany. Awesome. Just really, really cool. I remember when this thing came out, no company was doing ceramic bladed folders. It was a brand new idea. I don't know if Boker was the first people to do it, but this is definitely the first one I ever saw. So super, super cool. Also, we'll go into my, unique knife collection, just because I don't have a ceramic bladed knife in there right now. I do have a Scrade with a ceramic blade, which I love, but for anyone who follows me on Instagram, you'll see that the tip snapped off because I dropped it. So it happens. That's the downside, obviously, to ceramic blades. There's a lot of positives, awesome for food prep as well, but they are fragile. So anyway, next knife. This is part of the trade. Pretty cool. I do have these. Let me zoom in a second here. My camera's out of focus again. This is a Zippo lockback, okay? Now, Zippo did a lot of advertisements over the years. I want to say this is probably late 70s, maybe early 80s. But you could see this one was for Sunshine Fresh from Idle Knot Dairies. Okay, so this is probably a dairy farm. Just a little Zippo lockback. You could find these on eBay all day long, all different types of prices. You can find them anywhere from, I don't know, $5 all the way up to like $100, depending on its condition. Sometimes people have them, they're brand new in the original packaging and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent little user, but I just like it because it's a Zippo knife and it's vintage. And there's a little kind of happy, happy sun there. Maybe a logo for that dairy farm. And you can see these were all like hand painted back in the day. All right, so filled in with like acrylic paint. But pretty cool. So I like those advertising Zippo stuff. All right, so next was a total surprise. A $2 bill. I don't think I have a $2 bill currently. This is another one of those random things. I've had $2 bills and I actually use them. You know, I don't collect $2 bills. You guys know I love collecting, you know, old silver currency and stuff, but no paper currency. But this one's actually in great shape. I looked at the year, it's 2013, which is kind of strange to me because I don't know much about $2 bills. I didn't know they still made them in 2013. I was under the assumption that they got rid of these in the 80s or 90s and that they were just old bills that were floating around. So that's a random little tidbit. You guys can tell me, because I'm sure there's someone watching who's into, you know, currency collections, or you just happen to know the answer. But what year did they stop producing the $2 bill? And are they still producing it today? I really have no idea. So on to the meat and potatoes. Those were all just kind of extras. The real reason that I traded the 940 was for the next two knives, okay? And this is for my Balisong collection. First is a knife you guys are very familiar with because I've showed it before. I actually did a giveaway. I had two of these. This is the Scrade Balisong, the Manila folder, which has a sharpened swedge. The viewer who sent this to me, who I did the trade with, this was his first Balisong, which he purchased after I did my video on mine. So that's a pretty cool story. Yeah, I had two of them. I did a giveaway for one because I had two. And after the giveaway, I ended up trading the other one. But that was before I started to really build up my Balisong collection again, which I'm still currently doing. So this was kind of half the value of the trade for the 940. I was really interested in it. But what kind of put me over, because I specifically wanted that back in the collection. So that was kind of a cool bonus. But what I kind of really wanted was this, which is the Cold Steel Paradox. And for all the people who remember when this knife came out, this was not a flippable Balisong. This knife was a Balisong design that actually had locking points, you know, where it would lock. So you couldn't flip it with, you know, one hand. It wasn't flippable, let's just say. It was just a Balisong style. However, a lot of these got converted over the years, and that's what this one is. This was converted into, obviously you can see here, a flippable Balisong. All right, which is awesome. I've owned a Paradox before, but I can never actually flip it. And now that I can flip one, it's super cool. So that is an awesome addition to the collection as well. So that's what I traded my Benchmade 940 for, and I'm very happy with the trade. These won't be used. These are going into my collection. The value is about the same for the 940. You can pick one up new for like 180-ish, somewhere around there. Not sure exactly the value of a converted Paradox, but just the knife itself is about, I want to say about $80, $90 new. The Scrade is about, same thing, maybe 75, 80. So that is what I traded my Benchmade 940 for, a very awesome EDC knife, for more knives for my collections. Unique knife collection, Balisong collection, and also my Zippo collection. And of course these extras were really cool as well. The $2 bill was a really nice surprise. It was attached to the letter. I was totally, when I opened it up, I'm like, oh wow, $2 bill. That's really cool. And by the way, this was just like an O-ring. These still lock open when they're converted. This little piece here just kind of fits into the groove. Okay, so press fits. But in the closed position, of course, it will not stay shut because it has been converted and changed. So that's what this was for, just to kind of keep that shut. But anyway, yeah, I know a lot of you guys out there probably would not have done this trade, but for me, these specific, knife models were very interesting. And yeah, I mean, I've been around the block with the 940. It's an awesome knife. I'm really glad to be able to pass one on, and I know Brandon will really enjoy it. You should probably have it by now as the filming of this video, so I will get his feedback on it as soon as he gets it. But yeah, I appreciate it. If you guys like these trading videos, let me know. Occasionally I'll do some random weird trades. Like for me, this is kind of a random trade. Anyone trading a 940 will probably be trading it for another EDC knife. That's a common thing. People who are into Balisongs, 99% of the time, if they have a Balisong and they want to trade you, it's because they want another Balisong, because that's their thing. They're flipping them, they're using them, they love them. It's very difficult, as I mentioned before, to trade folders and fixed blades for Balisongs, because the Balisong community, those people who are into these higher end stuff, they want more Balisongs. You know what I mean? So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you guys. Let me know if you currently EDC a Benchmade 940, and if you do, what would you trade yours for? Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.